The Haqqanis have really staked out their claim as the hardcore insurgents, slash terrorists, and I think that 5-10 years from now, it's not going to be the Taliban that we're talking about. It's going to be the Haqqani network. It opens up a whole range of tools that the U.S. can use, mostly financial, in order to go after the Haqqani network's global business enterprise. And it is a business enterprise. I mean, they're a terrorist organization, but they have real estate holdings, transportation interests. They own car dealerships. But they also, engage in extortion and smuggling, drug trafficking. But this paves the way to potentially go after some of those resources in hopes that you can reduce their operational capacity and reduce the efficacy of the network. For the most part, they're operationally and financially independent from the Taliban. They don't take direction from them. And really, it has no bearing on the reconciliation efforts with the Taliban, which, by the way, are essentially going nowhere anyway. So there's there's really no consequences there. Now, the Pakistanis continue to sort of view these groups somewhat favorably because they are essentially a proxy force for them in Afghanistan. It's a way to exercise influence and a degree of control in Afghanistan that tracks with Pakistanis' objectives. So they want to limit Indian influence in Afghanistan. They want to be able to influence President Karzai and his decisions. And they also want to have some strategic depth just in order to feel comfortable about, if India were to invade militarily, that the Pakistanis would be able to have a bit of a buffer there that they could fall back to if necessary. Well, I don't think that this is fundamentally going to change the relationship between the U.S. and Pakistan. I think that there could be some tension that is introduced into the equation because the U.S. might have to take some actions, pursuing the FTO authorities that will or may impinge on Pakistan military, whether it's financial or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, if that impinges on the Pakistan military support for groups like the Haqqanis, well, then that's exactly the point of the FTO designation. But I do think it's time we start taking these guys seriously. They're now designated, officially recognized as terrorist organization. They have a tremendous amount of influence in Afghanistan, and we're starting the withdrawal process. And so it's not something we can just turn a blind eye to.